Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. Shulmu Ushulum. Hello, I'm Nahatimu Benny, and welcome back to Reheated History, the show where we cook food so old, the recipe came on a clay tablet. As a history teacher, I'm always looking for new and delicious ways to connect with the past. What did the common medieval peasant eat? What fueled the Roman gladiator? Did colonial Americans have a favorite comfort food? The answers aren't in textbooks, they're in the kitchens, farms, and fire pits of history. So, each week we'll cook our way through time, one humble, hopefully hilarious, and surprisingly tasty dish at a time. Because the best way to understand history is with our stomachs. This is Reheated History. It's 2026 and cookies are getting expensive. A box of Oreos is over $5 now, which feels like a crime, at least crime adjacent. I'm looking at you, Nabisco. So I'll be honest, I'm actually really excited about this one. It's my oldest recipe to date. Before we continue, I should let you know that unfortunately, Maricopa County has a $300 fine for wood fires in the summer months. So sadly, we have to say goodbye to the fire pit and what my friends call cooking ground food, and bring this operation inside. While air conditioning isn't exactly the authentic historical experience, here in Arizona, we are so thankful it exists. So today we're going back almost 4,000 years to 1771 BC to the ancient city of Mari in Mesopotamia. Found today in modern day Syria, King Zimri Lim loved one particular dessert so much he employed 8 full-time specialists just to bake it. I can't even get my kids to unload the dishwasher without threats of violence. Now the recipe is called Mersu, and according to Table of Gods, a beautiful new book coming out soon that reconstructs ancient recipes from Mesopotamia. Seriously, I cannot wait for a copy. The word itself comes from the Akkadian marasu, meaning to mix. And the earliest mention shows up around 2100 BC in the city of Ur in modern-day southern Iraq. The Akkadians were the first empire in human history. They preceded Babylonian, Assyrian, Greeks, Romans, you name it. They were the ones who turned Mesopotamia from a collection of little city-states into the first unified empire. They also standardized one of the earliest writing systems across the region, which is exactly why we have this recipe. You know the old phrase, no cuneiform, no cookies. Because we're talking about a cookie recipe that's older than the Bible, older than the Parthenon, older than the alphabet. Nobody left us a step-by-step recipe. What we have are clay tablets listing ingredients: flour, ghee, dates, pistachio, figs, cumin. And actually the tablets mention a savory version with onions and garlic, but we're gonna go with a dessert interpretation today because I would like my family to still be in the room when I serve these. The Table of Gods version, which is what we're working with today, did their research and landed on a stuffed cookie approach. And honestly, once you see it, it kind of makes sense. It's basically the world's oldest filled cookie. Here's what you'll need for the recipe. For the filling, half a cup of date syrup. You can find these actually in the kosher section of your grocery store. 3/4 cups of unsalted, finely chopped pistachios. Plus, hold on to 12 whole ones for the topping. 3 pinches of ground cumin. For the dough, you're gonna need 14 tablespoons of salted butter at room temperature, a half a cup of honey, and 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of ground cardamom, and a pinch of salt. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Mix the date syrup, chopped pistachios, and cumin together in a small bowl and set it aside. Now that's your filling, and it already smells incredible. For the dough, beat your butter and honey together until smooth, and then add the flour, cardamom, and salt. Knead it until it comes together in a soft, workable dough. No eggs, no leavening, just butter, honey, and flour. Divide the dough into 12 equal balls. Press a deep indentation into each one. Drop in about a tablespoon of that date pistachio filling and pull the edges up and pinch it closed. If the dough starts getting sticky and uncooperative, just pop it in the fridge for 10 minutes. Place them seam side down on a cookie tray and press a whole pistachio on top of each one. Bake it for 15 to 18 minutes until the buttery sheen fades from the surface. Now, I got a little inconsistent with the sizes and the portions. I would like to tell you I did it for science to see what's the best ratio to work with, but I'll just be honest with you, I got greedy with the filling. All right, and here's how they turned out. I'm trying to get them not slide off the plate here. So, they're really pretty. Let's see how they go, okay? I'm gonna go with one of the bigger ones here. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. See how that filling just gets in there? So, all right, Mersu Cookies. No. Okay, all right, this is genuinely good. You know, one of the questions my friend has about this channel is kind of like, at what point did humans just eat food for survival, and what point did they start eating it for pleasure? And I haven't found that answer yet, but we're definitely in the pleasure zone on this one because it is really, really good. I was actually kind of expecting it to be sort of plain, but it's got tons of flavor in it. The date nuttiness on the inside is delicious. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the cumin's kind of a surprise because that was actually like an interesting flavor that I really, really enjoy. These are really, really good. I'm gonna give them 9 out of 10. These are damn good. My friends tried it out and 6 out of 7 of them liked them, so I'd say the data kind of lines up. Honey, you look good for 4,000. But as always, the real judges are my family. If they liked it, I've got dessert sorted. If they don't, I'm eating all these myself because, you know, I'm doing it for science. I'm gonna put their scores in the description. Here's what gets me about Mersu. This recipe survived 4,000 years, not written in a cookbook, but pressed into clay. Generations of Shah Mersum, those palace cookie specialists, passed this down, and now you can make it on a Tuesday in your suburban kitchen for less than a box of trash Girl Scout cookies. You heard me, Girl Scouts. Your cookies need work. And that's Mersu, the cookie that outlasted empires, and honestly, deserve to. Thanks for watching Reheated History. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got an episode out every Sunday with additional food for thought each Wednesday. And until next week, stay curious, stay hungry, and remember, if the king employed 8 people just to make it, it's probably worth trying yourself.